We love gardening, but there's one job we hate: weeding. You can take the strain out of this back-breaking chore by investing in a weed-resistant fabric, but how do you know which one to pick? We've listed down the top 5 best weed barrier and their key features. Number 5. Easy Gardener 3102. Preventing soil from eroding, this natural burlap-style weed barrier is a great natural weed preventative. Loved by gardeners around the world, this is a simple but effective product that has many different uses in the garden as well as within the home. This burlap weed barrier is able to prevent seeds from being washed away and helps seeds to germinate in good time because the burlap itself retains moisture. Burlap is also a good material to cover plants with so that they are fully protected from the elements, especially during harsh winters when snow, ice, and frosts hit hard. This is a 3 feet by 150 feet weed barrier quantity, so you will have plenty of material to protect your plants, as well as to undertake any craft projects with it too. This is the second most well-loved use for burlap. The Easy Gardener Natural Burlap Weed Barrier is a natural and environmentally friendly weed barrier with so many uses, both outdoors and indoors too. 4. Davit P5 Pro 5. The Davit Pro 5 is an excellent option for those looking to protect their gardens from weed growth. It's very easy to cut and install when you need to establish a good sizing for your garden, and it is also treated so that rainwater and water from your watering can is able to seep through the weed barrier. Additionally, it's also thick enough to prevent all UV penetration. If you have problems with sunlight causing damage to your barrier, then this is a good option because it's treated to be resistant to UV light. Despite the fact that it's easy to cut and place down in your garden, the material is still puncture resistant so that the hardier weeds won't be able to find a place to get through for sunlight. Also, this is a very heavy-duty barrier that is thick but still has the ability to let moisture through. This is quite the perfect weed barrier. After a few years worth of use, this barrier can still resist weeds and even grass. Number 3. Scots Pro Fabric. If you live in an area that has hardy weed species that can shred standard weed barriers, then the Scots 25-year Pro Fabric barrier may be a good choice for you. Part of the reason for this is the fact that it's rated to last for nearly a quarter of a century. This means that it's durable and developed for longevity. It even has a lightweight design so that you can take it anywhere. Just be sure to pin it down with garden staples. This product will even stop the spread of grass in its tracks, which makes it a good solution for people who want to have a flower bed that isn't choked by grass roots. It's also very easy to use. Simply unroll, cut, staple into the soil, and cut out the area you intend for your planter. No other weeds or grass will be able to puncture the material. Furthermore, the product is made of extremely thick material, which is heavy-duty and possesses long-term durability. There are so many jobs that this weed barrier can assist you with around your home and garden. Number 2. Davit SBLT 4300. The Davit SBLT 4300 is designed for gardens that experience high temperatures. If you're planning to leave the fabric uncovered, say between rows of vegetables, it could be a good option, and it works well in greenhouses too. The cover is made of a polypropylene and it's UV stabilized, so it won't degrade in direct sunlight. Davit is so confident of its credentials that they offer a 5-year guarantee. It will let water and nutrients reach the soil, but it isn't the best choice if you're growing thirsty plants. Water will drip through, but it takes time. If you use a garden sprinkler, if you're growing soft fruit for example, the water will collect on top. When it comes to installation, this fabric is simple to use. A sharp knife or pair of scissors will cut through it easily enough as long as it's held taut, and the printed guidelines make it easy to see that you're laying it straight. They're also good to keep things neat if you're planting in rows. This fabric is often used in commercial growing applications, and that's reflected in the roll size. Each roll measures 4 feet wide by a generous 300 feet long. Number 1. Eco Gardener Premium 5-Ounce Pro. Make your gardening routine much easier for yourself by using this Eco Gardener weed barrier. It is really easy to install this weed barrier yourself, so you won't need to fork out for a professional to come and fit it for you at an extra expense. Well, it's a durable fabric that won't rip easily if confronted with sharp stones or tenacious plant roots. That makes it a good choice if you're planning to cover it in gravel or decorative aggregates. At the same time, it's light enough to make it simple to work with. You won't need bulging muscles to carry the fabric roll, and it's easy to cut and fit into awkward spaces. And if you're using fabric staples to hold it in place, they'll slide through easily. If you need straight lines, say to edge a path, the lines printed on the fabric provide a useful guide. The thick backing is also great to avoid the sides fraying when they're cut. One of the major selling points of this fabric is its eco-friendly credentials. This is where it provides a major advantage over just sticking black plastic sacks over your soil. The woven fabric will allow both water and air to get through to the ground, so your plants will still be able to get the moisture and nutrients they need. Eco Gardener says that their product will cope with all seasons as a result of its two-layered, needle-punched construction. In most climates, they're probably right, but there are some limitations. If you're in an area prone to very high temperatures, don't leave it uncovered for too long. There's some evidence that prolonged exposure to very strong sunlight can cause it to degrade. Cover it up promptly with whatever your final surface will be, and you shouldn't have any problems. This is available in widths of either 3 or 4 feet, with a choice of 50, 100, or 250 foot lengths. So however large the space you have to cover, there's an option to suit you.